Glide baits have gained in popularity like crazy the last several years, but this one is new, and this one is very sneaky. It's the new chop block from Berkley, soft glide bait. I think you guys are really gonna like it. Stick around, we're gonna show you some action shots and all about this bait. There he is. Nice one. Almost looks sick or something. I don't know what's wrong with him. Don't care. Dude, I don't know what's going on with that guy. He crushed it though. He's got some stuff going on. I don't know, it's a little funky looking. A little too funky for me, but that's a nice one. Not a bad fish on the chop block. That fish was suspended on this little piece of structure out there on this lake. Saw a couple more, so we're gonna try and get in there and see if we can get another one. All right, so this is the brand new chop block from Berkley. This is a soft glide bait and really unique bait if you look at it. Number one, obviously soft. There's no noise or anything when this bait is swimming and gliding through the water. Some of the hard baits or the hard glide baits out there, you're gonna get a little bit of clicking and knocking right there. So this bait is very, very stealthy. It's got incredible action. The softness of it, I think, just provides a crazy, cool, natural action. And of course, it's gonna still cast really well. It's still a heavy bait. I still throw this on a 7'9" rod, 20-pound line. As if that's not unique enough, being a soft glide and all that. What's really cool about this is the wiring harness system for the stinger hook. That's what, in my opinion, is gonna set this bait really apart from everything else. So it's pretty neat. It's a magnet system right there. So this is basically, imagine a frog hook that was tied with rope or a really heavy braid, and then there's a little slit for it right there, and then it sits in and connects to the magnet. So you can't really, I would not say you can just go skipping it under docks, but this thing will not, it's not gonna move or pop off on a cast. When a fish does grab it though, absolutely it's gonna pop and swing more freely like that. So super cool solution that they came up with to be able to add a stinger hook to this bait. And these are gonna be the whole harness system here, the treble hook. These are Fusion 19s. This system will be available sold separately. So if you happen to break the rope or dole a hook out or anything like that, you don't have to go buy a whole new brand or a brand new bait. You can just replace the harness, which is really cool. Of course, we have nice quality swivel and split rings on there. Those are Fusion 19s as well. Super strong, super stout. This is a 2X treble, really strong and stout. But this little mesh jointed system in there is, you're not gonna be able to pull it apart. Very, very strong, and just gives that bait the crazy action that you see in the water. I have been throwing this thing since spring of 2025 and have absolutely caught some giants on it, several 5 and 6 pounders, swam it around docks, thrown it off of ledges, which is another thing I'll talk about. This bait, because it's a soft bait, right in this area here, you can add a nail weight to it. So if you want to put a 16th ounce or 3/32 ounce nail weight, there's room right here above the hook clip, which I love too. It's the same hook clip that we used on a coal shad, but there's room in this area right here to add weight. So for instance, when I was throwing this bait on fish on ledges, they were down, 10 to 15 feet, and I was putting in a 3/32 ounce tungsten nail weight in there, and I was able to get that bait down to them a lot quicker. Now I don't have to get it all the way down to 10 or 15 feet because of the bait's profile and the big presence that it has. I just have to get it within a few feet, 4 or 5 feet, 6 feet of them, and they can see that thing and they're gonna start coming towards it. So definitely really neat to be able to change the rate of fall on it. If I'm fishing around the bank, fishing shallow cover, I'm not gonna add any weight. I'm gonna try and keep it up as high in the water column as I can. But as you get out deeper, this is a glide bait that you'll be able to throw really anywhere from 0 to 20 feet deep, 25 feet deep if you wanted to. So super neat bait. It's gonna be available. That's the 8 that we've been showing you right there. Also gonna be available in a 10 and a 6. I don't have any 6s with me. The 6 is gonna be great, but these are the two that really have the drawing power and are gonna get those fish to come a long ways away to eat them. 10 inches, I'm telling you, this bait is not too big at all. I've caught several 3, 2.5, 3 pounders on this thing already. The stinger hook makes a big difference. You're gonna catch a lot of fish on that, but the 10 inch is not too big for a 2 to 3 pounder. The 8 inch, perfect, probably all around size. If you're on a lake like Guntersville, I'm probably gonna throw this. A lot of other inland lakes, Smith Lake, stuff like that, probably throw the 8. All right, so as far as the rod goes, I'm using a 7.9 heavy moderate action rod. This is the rod that I throw most of all my bigger swim baits, big glide baits, anything that's heavy. This is the rod I'm gonna throw it on. We have 20-pound fluorocarbon on this rod, and then we also have the brand new Beast. This is the Abu Garcia Beast, really nice swim bait reel. That's what it's built for. It's got the big handles. They spin really freely, so it just feels like there's no resistance against your fingers at all when you grab the handle and you start reeling this bait in. But that's it for the setup. I keep it super simple for my big swim baits. A 7.6 is probably not long enough. I would highly suggest 7.9, 7.10, 7.11, something like that. At least 20-pound line and a bigger reel than you're normally used to. You're gonna have better casting ability with a bigger reel, deeper spool, full of 20, 25-pound fluorocarbon. That's gonna make a big difference for your big swim bait fishing as well, and a long handle. This is also really important, gives you a lot of leverage to be able to cast the bait. So when I'm working this bait, when I'm working the chop block, you'll see in these clips, I can either work that thing like in one spot almost where it's really wide side to side. You can chop it back to the boat. You can reel it straight back to the boat if you want. There's a lot of different options, but really my favorite way to fish it is when I'm throwing it and I can see it under the surface and I'm trying to get those wide glides out of it. That's when I've seemed to be able to get the biggest bites, and when I'm ledge fishing, that in my mind, that's what I'm trying to do with the bait. But you can straight retrieve it if you want. You can do some tighter rod tip twitches if you want, and that's just gonna make the bait work a little bit faster. But I really love that big long glide that you can get out of it, especially the 10 inch. That thing glides like crazy, but man, it just looks so natural, so realistic in the water. And I think the plastic is a big deal to get fish to commit. I think you'll be able to draw fish all the time with 8 and 10 inch baits. They're always gonna come up and see what it's all about. They're very curious creatures, they wanna look at it. But I really do believe with plastic, you are gonna get more bites, more commitments out of the fish than you're gonna get with just a full hard-bodied swim bait. So super stoked about this, guys. Berkeley's stepping their game up. They continue to step their game up, especially in the swim bait world. And the chop block is gonna be here for a long time. I think it's gonna be a big player. I think it's gonna find its way into a lot of people's tackle box, especially for the price point. I don't want to say for sure, but we're going to throw a link down on Tackle Warehouse. You guys can check them out there, and they are available. So you guys are going to want to check them out before they're sold out. Appreciate you watching. We'll see you next time. Thank you very much. Have a great one. Nice one. Almost like sick or something. I don't know. Don't care. Dude.